Yo, welcome back everybody. Today we have, instead of a gameplay video, we have a tier list video. It's been requested by quite a few people as of late in the comments in YouTube and on Twitch chat that I don't have an updated tier list. Haven't talked about the meta much recently. My thoughts aren't put into one place where somebody could just listen to a short 15-minute-ish video on the state of the meta, what heroes are good, what heroes are game-defining, meta-defining, what's busted, what we don't really play, etc, etc, etc. HysteriA, completely busted. There's probably 6 to 8 really, really strong heroes. And then there's another situational like 10, 12 that are very, very strong. And then a lot of those heroes that are like, oh, in the right kind of lobby, this is pretty good. Highly fluctuating, inconsistent levels of high roll heroes, mediocre tempo heroes, etc, etc. We pull it all together, we order it up, and put it into a list. And for those of you that don't want the discussions and just want the tier list, the screenshot is in the description. All right, enjoy. We're gonna quickly move HysteriA up there to whatever the what the fuck tier, so we can ignore it for the rest of the time. Why is this hero this way? For those of you that weren't here at the beginning of the stream when we were talking about this, why is HysteriA's average all the way up into the fucking ridiculous range? Highest average we've ever had in the history of any Battlegrounds hero at any point in time. Why is HysteriA so good? Just autoplay tier 1, get chroma wings, win game. All right, let's start by playing. Call this D tier. We're going to call this don't play. Don't play tier. This is easy. We'll just start pulling shit into the don't play tier because we don't need to deal with them. Why do I have ads? Get out of here. Because I'm using a streaming browser, not my normal browser. Anything else here, just complete garbage. I personally think Iran is terrible. Slightly above. Don't play this garbage, don't play this garbage, don't play this garbage. These are the things that are so far down there that you just don't want to play them. Azumat, Rakanishu. It's probably a little bit above that. That's not true. Rat King actually isn't that terrible. As silly as it sounds, early tempo at least is something. Tamsin, Tavish, Vandar. I think we got rid of the garbage, right? Pretty much the garbage. Anything else there? Elise is not that bad? Yeah, Elise is that bad, in my opinion. Don't play these things. They don't give you enough of an upside. Is there anything else here in the bottom group that we should just, like, remove from the pool? How's Rat King C? Early tempo still matters. Kind of the same tier as, like, Maleficent. Curator. It may not be good, it may not be exciting. But these are the kind of heroes that can play the game, even if they're never playing for first. Rag, oh yeah, Rag's F tier. Good call, good call, good call. Vandar's good with mechs and demons. I mean, you just want to use like kooky stuff with mechs to try to snapshot. Because the old like Vandar with snapshotting with the hero power and magnetizing things, that was patched out of the game. Greybow, kind of same tier. We can slightly modify these to like, you know, this is slightly above this tier. Like these are just like completely terrible and this is bad. Deathwing. I think Deathwing still falls in the same category right here. I think Alakira falls in that same category too. George, kind of the same line. Just trying to pull the things that really don't have a purpose out. Relative order here with like D and bad. Mookla's better than that. Mookla's playable at least. The rest of these actually are like, these are the heroes that this is the meta, you know? Like outside of HysteriA, the rest of these things are the meta. The right kind of lobby can facilitate playing any of these heroes. But these are like barely playable tempo things if everything else sucks. Highly, highly situational. Like if you get the exact right lobby, kind of, this isn't the world's worst thing if you have like Pirate Beast mech in. And these guys, I don't know if I've ever played this entire patch unless I'm memeing. All right. Now, past that point, if we start talking about the things that are like super, super strong, we should pull those up toward the top to start, make this a little bit easier. Maev's definitely up there. Vol'jin. Togwaggle. Cookie and Galewing. If we think about like what the meta truly is, it's these kind of cards, right? Are these kind of heroes, right? AFK, Gallywix. Gallywix is pretty close. I'm not sure I put Gallywix in absolutely the top tier like that. Let's just start with A tier for Gallywix for a moment. The right kind of lobbies can make some of these guys really nasty. Oh, there's Cookie. Couldn't find him for a second. Oh, Barov. Barov. Yeah. Barov too. Like, if there's one group of heroes that are just way too strong, like these guys you're never unhappy playing. Vol'jin is a little weak without Naga, but even certain lobbies can be okay for him. Yeah, obviously Barov and Cookie and Galewing and Maiev are like, every lobby's fine for like all those except for Vol'jin. Needs a little bit of help. Vol'jin in the right lobby is like the best hero in the game, or the second best. Somewhere in that range. Reno? I think Reno's a little below that. I think Varden's a little below that. Mally? In the past, I would agree Mally was up in this tier. She's definitely a little below that. Guff is like an exceptionally good tempo hero. So is AFK. So is Daryl. They kind of fit the bill as like premium tempo heroes. They can play the game to their outs very, very well. Pyramid is better than that even. Scabs. Yeah, Scabs needs to be up there. Where's Scabs? Good call. Carriel B now? Maybe. We'll move things around a little bit once we get toward the end of this. Could also make this a little bit bigger while we're doing this. Should have done that from the start. Jandice too lobby dependent? It's kind of a hard one to gauge. I think Jandice is pretty high up there too. Where are you, Jandice? There you are. Probably goes in A tier. Nas and Syndragosa sit for you. Cindy's an exceptionally good tempo hero. Kind of fits the same bill. Mutinous kind of fits that same bill too. Once again, Mutinous is great when Naga's in, and everything else is a little bit weaker. And when I say great, it's still not up to this tier. Like, he's not the same tier as Vol'jin. Vol'jin gets to play for triples and get the snapshot stats. Mutinous has to eat the minions, so he doesn't even play toward the 6-star lines. Silas has been performing terribly. I agree. Now, that being said, it's still a playable hero, right? Bran moves up here. The right kind of lobbies, Bran is still really good. I think Phelan makes like B. Brukan is an exceptionally good tempo hero too. In fact, I'd probably move Brukan up above this tier. Like, I think Brukan's above this range. It's a lot for the B category. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out how we redistribute this stuff. Galakron, pretty high rolly. The upside of the hero, though, is that you high roll. The downside is that you miss. How do you rate heroes like that? Pretty much every lobby's fine. I'll call it B tier for now. Same with Eudora. They kind of fit the same range. Hooktusk and Malagos are very similar in the way they perform. But they're definitely not on this tier. Like, if you look at the heroes that we have for like S tier and A tier, like, they just don't fit that level of viability in this meta. So let's move them to B for now. Take a second to reorder. So, like, pull a few down toward D. And then we can look at this and say, all right, well, of this group, it's such a mixed cast, right? Like, these guys shoot for the moon, these guys play for full tempo kind of things. But both of them do reasonably well in this meta. Okay, by that standard, Edwin's going to be a little bit lower than that. Shinvala's going to be a little bit lower than that. Crag's going to be a little lower than that. I'm just kind of balancing around this, like, average hero B tier now. These guys are very, very strong, and these are, like, exceptionally good. Panda falls, like, right in the middle range. Akazam as well. Nas goes above. Blackthorn goes above. Omu's average. Rafam average. Patchwork low. I'm not sure how I missed you. Probably should be C, to be fair. Lich King as well. Oh no, we have to zoom back out. It's too much. Millhouse above. Or at average, probably. Lich is probably A tier. Kind of missed that one. Patch is a little below. Alex, probably a little below, let's be honest. Rokara, pretty good tempo hero. Why Nas so high? Because Nas is exceptionally good in mech coolbore lobbies. Like a top 10 hero. Same deal with Blackthorn. Like, these heroes are so good if you have mech coolbore. And the 3-on-3 lobbies, they're actually really nasty. Varding goes above. Tess goes to... I'm going to go with average. I'm still really up in the air on Tess. Zarella goes above. Zephyrs goes to the middle range. Toki below. Yusarj below. Yogg below. Ticketus below. Silas below. Mukla below. Reno in the mid-range. And Finley is obviously just a middle hero. Alright, let's look at this now. Game's back. We'll go back in a second. So, can we stand by the S-tier heroes? Maiev, Vol'jin, Togwaggle, you can order them. Something like that. Scabs. Togwaggle, Barov, just nasty level good. Lady Vosh isn't there. Too bad. It's not in the patch, apparently. Lady Vosh would fall in the, like, A or B tier, somewhere in this range. Probably go with A tier by this definition. I think the S tier is pretty reasonable. All these heroes are exceptionally good in a vast majority of lobbies. Some a little better than others. Naga needs to be in here. You like threes to be a little stronger for Galewing, that kind of stuff. But outside of that, they're all very, very top tier. Gallywix, Pyramid, Varden. We can order this group too. Little below, little below. Maybe somewhere in that range. Jandis, right kind of lobbies is still nasty, right? The Beast Murloc Battlecry type lobbies. Pyramid is probably the best tempo hero in the game right now. Varden is very nasty. We know what Varden does. Gallywix is still Gallywix. Nas is one of the best heroes in the game in 3-on-3 lobbies. The only two that are really better are Cookie and Galewing. And Pyramid, potentially. Like these guys right here, they're the 3-on-3 lobbies. When you see Mech Coolbore in, you play Cookie, Galewing, Pyramid, Nas, Blackthorn, like heroes like that can go 3-on-3 and then stabilize. Bran, once again, highly situational depending on the lobbies, but very strong in the right lobbies. Brukan is nasty in Naga mech lobbies. The ones where you play the mid game for tempo and then you counter all the Divine Shield boards. Lich B is obviously just economy. Rafam B, I don't like Rafam. I think Rafam's like is bad in this meta. Arguably. Then again, like I'm at the bottom of B right now. But I think B is probably about right. Yeah. B or C range. Zarella, obviously the right lobbies. Economy lobbies, very, very strong. Same deal here. Zarella kind of falls in this exact same category. When economy's really good, these heroes are really good. But they're just not on the same tier as this. These guys are exceptionally good in the right kind of lobbies. These guys are nutty. Guff, great tempo, but falls off very, very heavily at high MMR because people, generally speaking, put better boards up. Guff puts the same strength up no matter if you're the best player in the world or an average Guff player. You just level and push the button. The better the competition gets, the worse Guff gets by comparison, but still a playable hero at high MMR. Just really boring. These guys all kind of fall in the same category. They're either very good tempo heroes that are exceptionally good at playing the game for 4th place, or they are inconsistent high roll heroes that while they can get first, they typically have, you know, that 30-ish% bottom 4 range. Reno miss, Tess miss type plays. Bad mutinous games, digs. I'm not ordering B and below. We're going to consider all these guys in that range. You could easily argue, you know, Omu's a little higher in this group, Millhouse is a little higher in that group, whatever. And then past that point, they're just like, these are lackluster, but playable either tempo heroes or high roll heroes. Krag and Shinvala can hit, be nasty. If they miss, you know, they don't really do much. George is really hard to play in this meta. Once again, another hero that I think performs way better on the average, like the middle range of the ladder, and then drops off pretty heavily toward the top because the lobbies get too fast. Silas, it pains me to put him this low, but I do genuinely believe Silas is just, it's worse than these heroes in this meta. Like, Silas has never really been worse than he is right now. And he's a good hero, typically. Alex Strasza in prize lobbies is a little bit better than this. In non-prize lobbies, she is don't play level. So where do you put that? Prize lobbies playable, non-prize lobbies not. Shrug. Situational. So we could just call it like that. Situational. Bad. Situational. Good. Nope. And these are bad, but just not quite that level. And these are just like never really played heroes. Okay, I like it. We're gonna call it that. Where would you put Ysera if 1-star dragons wouldn't be so